Hi, I'm Kayla, one of your VC librarians, and today I'll be showing you how to use the Oxford English Dictionary database that you can access through the VC Library's website. So you may be wondering, why do you need to use the Oxford English Dictionary through our website when you can just Google a word and figure out the definition from there? Well, that's because the OED database that we have gives you full access to all of its features, including historical word meanings and uses and word etymology. And this will help you get a better history and context for the word that you're looking up. So let's get started. Start at the VC Library homepage, click on Databases A to Z, then click on O and select Oxford English Dictionary. Once you are in the database, you can search for your word using the search bar. I'm going to search for the word nasty. I'm sure we've all heard this or used this term in various contexts, maybe in response to food we don't like or describing a villain in a movie. But once you search for the word, you'll see a list of results for the various forms and definitions for the word. Take a look at the options and select the appropriate definition. For this example, I'll select the first definition, which uses the term as an adjective to describe something unpleasant. There are a few tabs at the top of your results page, so let's start with the fact sheet. This will give you a brief overview of the term and its history. Next, let's go to the meaning and use section. In this section, you will see a list of the definitions for the word, starting from oldest to most recent use. The definitions will also tell you if there are regional or slang uses for the term, or if it's a historical or obsolete definition. You can see the date of the first use in the top right corner of each entry. For nasty, you can see the first use was around 1390. The gray box in each entry contains quotations that exemplify use of the term. Click on Show More Quotations to see more written uses of the term. If you find one that's interesting, you can click on the ellipses next to it to view more information about the quote, view any related articles, or find other quotes from the author or title. At the bottom of each entry, you'll see Historical Thesaurus. If you click on that, you'll see other related terms. And so this one has quite a few. And if you scroll down to the very bottom of this list, you can actually view all of these terms in the Historical Thesaurus. To get more information about each, you can see that you can browse different categories and just learn about other related words and definitions. Going back to our definitions, we can scroll through and see additional definitions for nasty in the order in which they were used. And then you'll start to see too that some of these will have little descriptors in the bottom right corner, like this one says British English. We have another one further down here that's tagged as weather. So this will just give you some additional context for that particular definition. And then again, you will see some of them will tell you, like this one is colloquial and slang, chiefly British. So there'll be information within the definition itself that will help you better understand its use. And then if we go all the way very down to the bottom here, you'll see that this one has a very different definition than the other ones we had, and it's tagged as US English and slang. Now let's take a look at some of the other tabs. The etymology tab will give you an overview of the origins of the word. You can hover over any of the linked terms to get a brief definition, or click on them to get a full definition. The pronunciation tab will give you a written and audio pronunciation of the word. The Forms tab will give you a timeline of when different variations of the word were used. So you can see that nasty had a variety of spellings since the Middle English time period. You will also see any related words, and you can click on those to get the full definition. And if you're interested in looking at only a certain time period, you can go over on the left side here and select the specific date of use. The Frequency tab shows you graphs of how often the word has been used in written English. And then finally, the Compounds and Derived Words tab will give you a list of terms that are based on our original word or include the original word. And again, these are all clickable, and you can go to them to read the full definition for the term. I hope this helps get you started with using the Oxford English Dictionary. Have fun exploring words, and if you have any questions, please contact a librarian.